I'm at Shouin Jinja, or Shouin Shrine, which is the shrine to Yoshida Shouin, who was a revolutionary from about 100 years ago. And that's him there, pictured on the right. And he taught here, in one of these buildings, at a place called Sonjuku. What's it called? I forget the name of his school. And, he was a famous teacher, and many of his pupils went on to lead the Meiji period of Japan. He was a revolutionary, a strange kind of revolutionary, in that often revolutionaries get rid of emperors, but what he did was he reinstated, or his disciples reinstated the emperor of Japan. Until that time it had been a kind of warlord, a military government, military dictatorship that had ruled Japan in the Edo period, the Edo Bakufu, the shoguns, the generals. There's his school. It's a very small school. It was a tiny room he taught in, surrounded by people. He used to read the Chinese classics. And the reason why he and his disciples, and the people from Yamaguchi, and also from Satsuma, which is now Kagoshima, the reason why they reinstated the emperor was because the military government was appeasing the Westerners. And as far as Mr. Shouin was concerned, this is his school here, it's a very small school, as you can see, taught on the tatami mats there, surrounded by pupils from the Chinese classics, things about warfare, agriculture, and things to do with naval power, international relations. Mr. Shouin was concerned with the fact that the Europeans had taken over Asia. Basically, they had invaded and colonized most of Southeast Asia. They effectively ruled the mighty China, and that was the thing that really surprised Japan, that China was, as far as they was concerned, until then, their big brother, or I don't know, the strong people in Asia, but effectively Britain completely controlled China through its treaty ports and by importing opium into China. And they controlled the Chinese attempted to stop them from importing opium, but the British put a stop to that. And millions of Chinese dying a year of British imported opium. And we went to war with them to make sure that they kept on buying it. So China was up a creek without a paddle, and everywhere but Thailand was invaded. And Shouin was concerned that the same thing was going to happen to Japan, that it starts with treaty ports and extra territory. I can't remember the word for it, but it's where, as was the case at the time, that Britons in Japan were not subject to Japanese laws. They were subject to their own laws, and they could basically do what they liked, and offend warlords, and when the warlords cut them up a bit, they could say, no, this is disgusting, you shouldn't do that. And so Shouin was concerned that Japan was going to go the way of the rest of Asia, and he said, right, we've got to jam up on Western technology, get our own empire going, get our own navy going, and make sure these people don't invade Japan. And this is the museum to his memory. Alas, he failed. I mean, for the next 80 years or so, the Japanese attempted to repel the Western threat and get their own empire going, but in the end, despite immense suffering on their part, they were invaded. And how did it work out? I don't know. I mean, I guess the Japanese culture, as a result, as Mr. Shouin was concerned, has gone the way of the wind. Well, to a large extent, and Japan has been westernized. I guess that's what he was afraid of. I guess that's what they wanted to prevent. But it doesn't seem to be so bad. I don't know, is it? Perhaps I shouldn't say that in the shrine to his memory. Eventually the Americans, the GIs, came bearing chocolate and candy and invaded Japan, and Japan became even richer. But maybe in the longer term, though, that due to the fact that More and more, it seems to me that Western values are considered to be universal. Perhaps Japan will suffer as a consequence, I'm not sure. But that's what they fought against. And they built a shrine to him, because he did manage to reinstate the emperor. And they did create a new and brave Japan, and succeeded in modernization. And it was mainly the people he taught in that little room there that did it. 5 of them went to England. One of them lived near my beach house in Io. And there's a Japanese couple taking their photo at the shrine. Isn't that cute? And here's the shrine. Yeah, he was on fire, this guy. He died very young. He was executed by the Bakufu government for confessing to attempting to assassinate someone. They didn't even know anything about that. He just told them. And the only reason why he told them was because he hoped that by confessing to his crime, he would, or to his attempted crime, he would therefore get a hearing and be able to tell them about the danger that Japan faced. And he did get a hearing, but they weren't terribly interested, apparently. But as a result of his death, all his pupils at the school here, they were on fire too, and they made sure that his will was done, and the emperor was restored as the governor or leader of Japan, and the Westerners were chucked out, for a while at least. But here we are back. Oh well, I'll have a quick clap here.